The following broadcast is intended for mature audiences. These are real people sharing very real, deeply personal experiences. This content may be considered triggering for others and for those who are sharing. The chat room is a privilege intended for discussions and sharing. You are not being asked to agree, but you are being asked to stay civil and refrain from personal attacks. Listener discretion is advised.
We're back! This is Am I Mental? Once again, weekly mental health podcast that we do live, where real people share real stories about living lives with mental health and issues that impact mental health. As always, I'm your host, E, and with us, as always, is co-host Bexy.
Hello.
And co-host C.
Hello.
Alright, so for those who've been around for a while, you all know episode 0 usually isn't a very long episode. It's more of a, here's what we're planning on for this season and where we're going and whatnot. We are fully funded again for another year. Thank you very much to the listeners that went ahead and donated. You guys are amazing. Although you made it very clear it's not for us, it's for you guys because you need these episodes and you need them long. So that's works for us. We all win. Yeah, I didn't update anything on the website because, I got into a funk. I got into a real bad funk. Hey, Bexy, how bad was my funk?
Oh, it was bad because the Forbidden album has been played.
On repeat. And for those
repeat.
And for those that may...
Multiple times.
Oh, yeah. Those that may not remember, my Forbidden album is 9 Inch Nails' The Downward Spiral. I got it when I was in an extraordinarily bad place in my life. And so every song on there is associated with me being in a very bad place. The album sounds amazing when I'm in a bad place. And it sounded fucking amazing. Yeah. I did, though, at least clean up the episodes list on the Spreaker page. So that was nice, because it was only 3 seasons behind and needing it badly. But this season, we're not doing a ton of major changes, but I am thinking that we're focusing a little bit more on a good blend of people coming back, for like catch-up episodes, continuations, as well as a blend of, new people, because, there's people that are lined up and wanting to come on. One person's waited over 6 months. They reached out to us when we were scheduling Season 4, and Season 4 got filled up. So then they're like, okay, what dates do you have for Season 5? And I gave them all the dates for Season 5. By the time they replied, Season 5 was filled up. So I gave them a priority spot. Went, look, we're about to do Season 6, so here are the days. Which one do you want? And then I waited until I got a response from them, and then I started letting other people know. So, yeah. They were that patient. They wanted on after 6 months. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and be like, here you go. That's not to say it's always going to be that way. If this podcast actually winds up taking off, we might wind up having people waiting for a year or more. It's just the nature of the beast.
Wow.
If it gets that way. We may even have to break off and have each one of us hosting our own episodes on different days of the week. I mean, who knows? If we wind up taking off, I think that's a decent plan,
Oh, I'd love it. I mean, between all of us, we could cover every day of the week if we had to.
I don't know if I could do that much. 1 day a week's good for me.
Well, I mean, if it got to a point where it was that popular, I'm sure we'd be able to find someone else who would want to help out and,
Absolutely.
Jump in and everything.
Absolutely. But definitely, the co-hosts here, they've been very aware of what's been going on in my life. Used to be that I would only just go after Bexy and let her know, but C has become such an integral part of my little inner circle that, I rope them in as well, and they've been absolutely amazing. So seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank both of you so much. You guys mean the world to me.
You are... Go ahead, C.
You go first. You go first.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna say you are such an integral part of my life. Any major thing that happens, it's the first you're the first person I want to tell. And now that C has joined our team, they are one of the people that I want to tell about things. Uh, you're both so important to me. And I seriously love you guys like family, like siblings.
Same.
Aww. So sweet. I was gonna say, y'all are. I don't even have the words to really say it. Y'all are just amazing. I am more than happy to be here and more than happy to uh, help out. It's not something I really would have imagined myself doing if it weren't for you guys.
And we are so
We
happy to have you.
we are so blessed to have you as part of our life now.
Oh, I'm happy to be part of your guys' lives too, because this is amazing.
Yeah,
I enjoy it.
It just feels like you belong. Like, seriously, it's like from day one,
Yes,
it just felt like you belonged.
instantly.
Yeah. And I don't get that very often.
No, not at all. It is a very rare occurrence where I just feel almost instantly attached to somebody the way that I do with. I mean, the last person I felt instantly attached to was E.
And the last person I felt instantly attached to was Bexy, so yeah. And then Kat asked if I said spider circle, so I was like, yes, that's it. We're the spider circle. So, speaking of which, during the time off, my kids decided that they wanted to name a spider each. And out in our laundry room, we have a couple of, some people call them daddy long legs. They're a cellar spider. And there happened to be a male and a female kind of next to each other. And they both wanted to name the one that was, the same sex as them. So my girl named hers Flying Unicorn. And my boy named his Dinosaur Poop.
Brad names, man.
I absolutely love those.
Yeah, those names are amazing. And they still go out, when they go out there, they turn and look and go, hi, Flying Unicorn. Hi, Dinosaur Poop.
That is so cute. I have to let you know, I shared the link to today's podcast onto my Twitter, and Minxie says, oh, how is he, by the way? Tell him I said hi, with a big smiley face.
I love Minxie.
Oh,
My non-bio cousin. Who used to come into the rooms and just flounce onto people's laps.
Yes, I love that about her. She and I still flop all over each other.
That's awesome.
We dramatically flop onto each other all the time.
Yeah, so shout out to all the boobs.
If we're not doing that, we're actually flirting in supernatural gifs on. It's hilarious.
But yeah, shout out to all the boobs. That would be Demented Minx. That'd be, of course, Ariel, Vanya, Penny, of course, the venerable Lynn, of course,
Yes.
Bim, Sean, Deb, Kells.
Yes.
All of you.
Yes.
And everyone that was transient along the way, too, like Veraki. Still love you.
I love her so much. She's great. I still see, I still have communication with her once in a while. I still pretty much talk to everybody in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, actually,
still connected. I need to. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Finish. I was interrupting you. Sorry.
I was gonna say I need to text Sean because I haven't heard from him in a while.
Did he ever start his podcast?
I don't know. That's one of the questions I want to ask. I know the last time I spoke to him, he had moved from his place into a new one, and he was doing really great. had gotten promoted at work and everything. So
Good.
he was doing really, really good. I just haven't heard from him in a bit, so I need to reach out.
I do have one thing to announce. Even though it's like usually try to keep guests kind of like under wraps until they come up, but this one's just too cool. We have to announce it. We're doing a little crossover event with another podcast. It was the very first podcast I was ever on. We have the Porch Drunkies coming this season.
Oh, that is going to be so awesome, and I cannot freaking wait for it.
Me neither. This is going to be
Wait to meet 'em.
amazing. They are great.
Too.
I love these people like family. Seriously. I wish we could hang out more than we do. When I used to run karaoke, Tom, he's part of the chat. He probably won't even care that I'm dropping his name because he uses his name in his podcast. Anyway, he and it was one of my best regulars for karaoke. One of the very few people who had a powerful enough and deep enough voice to be able to do the Crash Test Dummies song. And I mean, you have to have a deep, powerful voice to be able to pull it off.
Yes, you do.
Richard, Clerks 2 was a good movie. Clerks 2 was one of the best. Pickle fucker.
Okay, is this all going on in the chat?
Yes, the chat is off the chain right now.
My chat is blank.
So it's mine. It only has your message, Bexy.
Yeah, there are people. Yeah. People are hiding from the heat. Richard and Kat are the two that seem to be in there, and they're doing a lot of talking back and forth. And Richard said it's harder to get on the podcast than it is to get in the Capitol building. Talk about shots fired. Seriously.
Well, dang.
Right? Like, other development, I do have a new pet. It's one of those ones that most people don't like. I got a black widow, and she laid eggs. Her name is Webony.
Which is an awesome name.
Webony.
Yeah, I have Webony, and then my solar spider is Spinnerella.
That's awesome.
All right, so Kat's saying that Tom has to do the Crash Test Dummies when on the show, because loves that guy's voice. You know what? If I can find a karaoke version of the song, maybe we could just do a quick live karaoke thing with him. I wouldn't mind.
Oh, that would be cool. Oh, yeah. Minxie replied, "Much love, non-bio cuz."
Tell her to get in the chat. Tell her to listen.
I have told her and sent links, so you know, I've asked. It is what it is right now.
Richard said, "Black Widow's the only pet no one wants to pet." Well, that's not true. I want to pet. I just know better. But trust me, the want is there. Honestly, if you know how to free handle any spider, you can free handle a Black Widow, and it won't bite you for the most part. They don't want to bite you. They can't tell the difference between you and the ground because they're blind for the most part. They can see night and day. That's it. That's all their eyes are capable of. They can distinguish between shadow and night, but that's really about it. So if you free handle them, they're just going to walk around all over you like whatever. You're the ground. Now, if you pick them up or you press down on them, yeah, then you're going to get nailed. Although,
yeah, I don't. Do not squeeze the spooter.
No. More often than not, you'll get a dry bite, which is where they just stick their fangs in you as a warning. But considering she has an egg sac, it won't be a dry bite. If she bites me, she's going to unload into me, and I'll be in a whole world of hurt.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
She's in mama bear mode.
Yep. Their toxin is a neurotoxin, unlike the brown recluse, which is a necrotic toxin. C knows about this and is nodding with a big grin. So
watch videos sometimes.
Yeah, so the neurotoxin, what it does is it tells your nerves that are connected to your muscles to contract. And that's how they kill. Smaller creatures, the heart is a muscle. The heart contracts. They die of heart attacks. They die of asphyxiation because their diaphragm doesn't work and their lungs are stuck. Now, for an adult, it starts out with cramping. Like if you get bit, say, your right leg. Say you put on your shoe and you happen to squish the Black Widow unloads onto your big toe. Happens fairly often in Phoenix, Arizona, by the way, which is the Black Widow capital of the U.S. So, yeah, you guys out in
Remind me not to go to
Phoenix.
Arizona.
Oh, it's because in the middle of a desert, insects go where there's water. Cities have water. Black widows go where there's insects.
True.
Yeah, so you'll start out about 10 to 15 minutes after the bite getting cramping in your extremity, which will spread to your abdomen. And once it gets to the abdomen, then it starts spreading throughout your whole body, and you wind up getting cramps, you start sweating profusely, you start getting feverish. It feels like a really bad flu with real bad muscle cramps. Worst case scenario, if you have an unhealthy heart, you're really old or really young, it can threaten your diaphragm and threaten your heart, but there is antivenom. So, yeah. Here in the U.S., we have it. You'll be okay.
All I could think while you were going through this is, hi, and welcome to Am I Mental, where today we will traumatize people who are scared of spiders by talking about...
Well, it's like people are less scared of lightning than they are of black widows. 100 people die in the U.S. from lightning strikes annually. One person dies every 5 years from a black widow bite. So, you know,
Right.
It's kind of like the shark attack thing. I love it when people are like, God, I'm so scared of sharks. Like, but you live hours away from the ocean, or like you live in Nebraska. Why are you scared
There's
of
no
sharks?
reason for yeah.
It's like I live here in California. I have no real reason to fear tornadoes, although we do get them sometimes. We get EF0s and EF1s. You know, I could just be in my house. I'll be okay. I could be in my car. It might shift. I'll be okay. It's not like those EF2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, which, yeah, they basically, like the EF5s, they'll basically strip a house down to the foundation, and they might rip the foundation out of the earth, too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
When I lived in Ohio, we had a tornado rip the front porch off of our house, the stairs that led up to, like, totally ripped them off. They ended up in the ditch beside the house.
You saw the video I sent about basically my worst nightmare, right?
Yes. Where did that woman come from?
I don't know.
She was yeeted out of a car or something.
Well, she first cut that other person off with an illegal turn like that, and then that tornado came and yeeted the car. Had that other person kept driving, it would have been them in that tornado.
Yeah.
That cutoff saved their life. I think what it was, the other person saw the tornado and panicked.
Could have.
And Richard's saying lies from a Black Widow lover. And Kat's like, if y'all don't quit, I'm bye-bye. Okay, fine, we won't talk about Black Widows anymore. We can talk more about the podcast and what's been going on. I am feeling better. There's some stuff going on right now that I'm not really going to talk about in my private life right now. It will be stuff that will eventually come out, but right now things are just a little, going public with it would probably just make things worse. So there's a lot going on right now. I'm under intense stress and pressure right now. But I got a cool friendship lamp.
Yeah. The friendship lamp is awesome.
I highly recommend them to
Really?
anybody that really that has a couple hundred to spend. I got mine on sale for like 40% off, so yeah, that was really nice. They're really cool. There's cheaper knockoffs that you can get for like $40, but they're definitely cheaper knockoffs. This thing, it's like if I tap my light, it lights up my color and strobes my color that I picked, and then anybody else on my network or group with that same, with another lamp, it will also strobe my color, and then eventually just sit there with that color solid for about 5 minutes. And when they tap their light strobes their color that they chose, and so does mine. And we can always just change our colors whenever we want. And the one color that no one should ever choose is gold, because that is bright as fuck. Like, all the other colors, like, oh, this is nice. That's nice. It's bright without hurting your eyes, Like, you could sleep to it. It's like a night light, It's just that really great shade. There's, like, teals, there's greens, there's purples and pinks and all sorts of colors. And then you get to gold, you're like, oh, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. Oh, fuck, my eyeballs!
Like the brights on cars, it just blinds you.
Yes! It's almost like, when you're looking at your phone and you accidentally reflect the sun right into your eyes.
Oh, that's
Or-
awful.
Or it's like late at night and you're on your phone and the brightness is turned all the way up.
Yes. Ivania jumped on, and yes. How you doing, Ivania? I don't know why the chat hates you, but you're here now. Strobing, not stroking your color. Jesus.
Oh my Jeebus.
That goes to Cat. Just so you guys know. Since nobody else's chat seems to be working, I guess I'm the chat master today.
I'm trying to get it to, but it doesn't want to come up for me at all.
Yeah, all I have is Bexy's, and that's it.
That's all I have is my comment. It says that there is one comment, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, no, it's actually kind of hopping.
Try this again.
So, Bexy, how about you? Last 3 weeks, updates?
Okay, so, the last episode that we did, I wasn't feeling all that great. And I was talking about, getting tested for some different autoimmune things and everything like that. Well, I had a bit of a medical scare, and the one thing I actually didn't think it was is actually what it was. Or at least it was part of the reason for why I was feeling so bad. One of my medicines, my body stopped responding to it, and my blood sugar had spiked, and I didn't realize it. I didn't know. And it spiked up dangerously high. I was almost hospitalized for it. Basically, the only reason I wasn't is because I have Adam, and my doctor knows my situation. And so I was immediately, given different medicines. And it's been a couple weeks now, 3 weeks, and I feel better than I have in a long while. My blood sugar is back down where it needs to be and under control again, and I'm thankful for that, but I hate the fact that now I'm on insulin instead of just taking pills.
Sorry, Kat, the background noise is back. It is currently 108 degrees outside. My AC is running. I'm not turning it off. Sorry, the background noise is going to be a thing until I could get a more quiet AC, which I'm planning on, because I hate the background noise too.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sam, how about... Oh, God damn it.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't...
It's okay, it's okay.
Name drop.
And the tally for this season stands at 1.
E1. Everybody else 0.
Yes. So far.
I say this is the season we keep a running tally. Just because.
You know what? I like it.
Guess I could do it on a paper or something. Keep track.
And everybody else got to hear it, but you two didn't. I did a big booming explosion sound for the name drop. I have a soundboard I could play with. I just don't usually. All right, so C, updates from you.
Well, I talked about my sister on my episode. It's been a year now since she's passed, which it doesn't feel like a year at all. Not at all. And so on that day, we went to the beach, and then me, my mom, and my older sister, along with some ladies that lived in the area, we went to the house where she died at, and we just left some candles. A couple days prior to that, I broke down. I was in tears. I was sobbing. And then after that, and even up till now, it's just been kind of flatlined. But yeah, it's been a year, and it really does not feel like a year. Not at all.
Been a very fast year. Like, seriously.
Oh, yeah. Good thing, though, is my therapist, my psychiatrist and my mom, we're going to talk in person on a Thursday. So one of these days I won't be there, but we're going to be talking, and we're going to find a gender, we're going to talk about finding a gender specialist. And my therapist said he's going to make a referral just before, so we don't have to wait months and months. So
Good.
I'm excited for that.
Of course, that's going to be the one Thursday that we're going to get Mark on. Just because that's the way shit works.
That'll be our luck, yes.
Yeah, you'll just have to, privately let us know which Thursday it's going to be, and we'll, if that does happen to be the day that Mark decided to come on, which would be our luck, of course, then I will see if he will agree to reschedule. He's so laid back and so cool that he probably would do that, because I very specifically told him, I was like, you really need to meet our new co-host, C. They are amazing, and I think you're going to love them.
I can't wait to meet him. I'm so very excited.
He is hilarious. Like, seriously, skin babies.
Skin babies.
Skin babies. Kat just said, didn't know there are gender therapists. That's great news, C, with an applause.
Thank you. I didn't know for a bit as well. I'm very excited too.
Didn't know about it until I was Tuesday years old when I learned about gender therapists. So
Me too.
I did talk to the person that we had in season 1, who was the Christian cults escapee who spent the entire 45 minutes with their story, and we got like 0 questions in. We got back when we only had 45-minute episodes. Season 3, we tried to bring her back. We tried to bring her back season 2, and she was just too busy. And then season 3, we tried again, and she wound up being in a really horrific car accident and having an arm amputated. Been talking with her again. She does want to come back. She does want to talk, to continue with the original story, but also talk about what life has been like since going from having 2 fully functional biological arms to having now she's my favorite cyborg. So, which I called her that.
I think this says a lot about her as a person and her attitude toward life, that the very first thing she had them teach her how to do with her new robotic arm was how to give the finger.
Yep. First thing she learned was how to flip someone off. That just, if that doesn't scream everything about this person, nothing will.
Well, let's just say, we adore her. She's amazing.
How she never became a part of Boobs, I don't know.
I think, by the time that we met her,
Boobs had already gone through its drama, I think.
I think so. But, in my opinion, she always should have been a part of us.
Yes. And Ivani was saying, oh, that's exciting. Yeah, we definitely want to get her back. We're getting R back for an episode for sure. Yeah.
Also awesome.
Also awesome. Yeah, it's actually been kind of fun looking at the schedule, watching it fill up. Because, I'm not the only one doing scheduling now, which is awesome. Thank you very much, Bexy. Come on, C.
Yeah.
I know you can get one. Not going to throw anybody under the bus, C. But, just... No, but it's been fun seeing some of the names pop up where it's like, oh, hey, I remember that person, or hey, I know that one. What the hell? Oh, yeah, Ivani's like, dude, you name dropped me. It's okay to say that I will be back, LOL. Well, yeah, okay, there you go. Ivani will be back. She's going to be apparently sharing about excerpts from her book that she's been working on, which fucking awesome. I'm glad that you're still working on it. Like, seriously, I remember you talking about that book years ago, and I'm glad that it's finally happening. Like, oh my god, I'm so glad it's happening. And I know it's in a very rough draft state. That's fine. It's progressing. And I think a lot of people will definitely benefit from it. I think you're going to help out a hell of a lot of people.
Definitely.
And I can tell my therapist about it because he's huge on books. I'm sure that he'll read it and be like, yo, I could use this. So, yeah. He is huge on books. Like, he gave me Hyper Focus to read, which is absolutely amazing. And, like, I have a list of, like, 30 books I need to read because of him. But I read really big books, like The Fountainhead. So...
I did enjoy The Fountainhead, though.
Yeah, I just read the part where Tui unloaded on Peter. Like, this is exactly what my plan has been since the beginning. This is exactly what I've been doing. I've been telling everybody outright, this is what I'm doing. Not my fault nobody believed me.
Yep.
Dude, one of the most evil characters I've ever read in my life. Of any character ever. Like, even Joffrey wasn't as evil as this guy.
Wow. Yeah, that's true.
I don't even think Negan was as evil as this guy.
No. I mean, I don't think there's any redemption.
No. I mean, this person's entire goal, essentially, is to enslave the world, him included.
Yeah. There's no redeeming yourself with that.
No, it's like he doesn't even care to rule. He wants the power, but he wants the power to enslave everybody, including himself.
Okay, dude.
But yeah, right on, evil.
Yeah. So Ivania just said, I just read a book that I couldn't put down. Not a self-help one, a braided fiction, but it was probably one of the best reads I've had in a while. Well, cough it up.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of bookworms in here, man. Cough it up.
Or as my sister used to say, name it out. That's what she'd tell me all the time when we'd be talking about stuff, and she'd be like, you have information. I need you to just name it. Name it out. Come on, Becky, name it out.
It's always Becky.
It's always Becky. Oh my God, it's always Becky.
No, Becky. That candle is what we call, us non-alcoholics call cinnamon, not fireball.
Exactly.
The Broken
I love
Girls.
The one, I love the one where I don't remember what it included. I just remember, God, Becky, wash your freaking feet. Because her feet were dirty.
Okay, so Vanya dropped the name of the book. It is called The Broken Girls.
Okay.
It bounces between the past and present, natural and supernatural.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I don't know. Did you ever read Mists of Avalon? Cat's already running to Amazon right now to get the book. Any of you guys have any of you read The Mists of Avalon?
No.
Bexy?
I don't think so. I don't.
Ooh, it is so good. It's King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, but from the female perspective.
Oh, nice.
So, like, the main character is Morgana.
Okay.
So good.
Well,
Vanya read it twice.
I'm standing at my bookshelf now. Let's see, what can I recommend?
Now you're making me want to look at books that I used to read.
I have my favorite book of probably I do not know why I've become so attached to this book, but this is my third copy of it. I have one that is literally duct taped together and tattered to shreds, but I can't throw it away because it was the first copy of this book. And I read it so much that I read it to shreds, basically. Sentimental reasons. I have held on to it. This book is called The Poisonwood Bible, and it's a story told by the wife and 4 daughters of Nathan Price, a fierce evangelical Baptist who takes his family and mission to the Belgian Congo in 1959. and they carry with them everything they believe they will need from home, and soon find out that all of it, from the seeds that they brought to the scripture, is just wrong. And what follows this, I'm reading the back. It says, what follows is a suspenseful epic of one family's tragic undoing and remarkable reconstruction over the course of 3 decades in post-colonial Africa. The novel is set against one of the most dramatic political chronicles of the 20th century, the Congo's fight for independence from Belgium, the murder of its first elected prime minister, the CIA coup to install his replacement, and the insidious progress of a world economic order that robs the fledgling African nation of its autonomy, taking its place alongside the classic works of post-colonial literature. This ambitious novel establishes Kingsolver as one of the most thoughtful and daring modern writers. This is by Barbara Kingsolver.
Nice. That sounds actually pretty good.
It is an amazing book, and what's great is every chapter of it is told from the point of view of a different female in the story. So you have the mother, the little baby of the family, Ruth May. You have the twins, Ada and Leah, and then the oldest daughter, Rachel, I think is her, if I'm remembering correctly, is her name. And the twins, Ada is kind of twisted. There's this passage in there where she's talking about how, I can just picture it now, because Ada was born with a deformity and she limped. She limps a lot and she doesn't speak. So she's always she's very quiet. And she's like, I can see it now. In the blanket of our mother's womb, my sister took all the nutrition and forged on ahead. And when that wasn't enough, she took mine too. And lo and behold, I was cannibalized by my sister in utero or something like that. And she's just...
Okay.
Yeah, she has got some very weird thoughts, but she will make you think and she will make you laugh. And I mean, it's a really good story. The characters are so well written.
Nice. I love good characters.
Yes.
J.K. Rowling made some good characters, but that Stephanie Meyer, come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. There's this thing called character development.
Yeah, your entire character cannot just be based on the fact that you're pale and
glitter.
Can't make up your mind.
Speaking of which, because of the sparkly vampire thing, our neighbor's dog one time ate CDs. And apparently when they passed through, he had some really sparkly poops. I went, hey, look, your dog pooped a vampire. So how about you, C? Any books you'd recommend?
I have 2. One of them I read this years ago. I haven't, to be honest, I wasn't even expecting to find it, but it's called The Girl from the Well. It's like a paranormal style book. It's about this girl who she was killed, and now she just takes revenge out on people who kill children. Like, she can see the person because the ghosts of who they killed follow them. And so she brutally murders them. And it's a really good book.
It's the child version of A Woman in White.
It's kind of like a mix of The Ring and The Grudge, and I hate that.
I will throat punch you.
Then I will start breathing like that.
Oh.
And then another book, actually it's a series, it's called The Red Queen. It's really good. It's basically about they're people, but they have different colored blood. The people with red blood, they're seen as the peasants. They're the ones that do all the hard work, things like that. Then there are people with silver blood who have, they're more elite, and they all have different types of powers. Some control water, others control flames, electricity, things like that.
Benders.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, yes. Well, the main character, Mare, she is a peasant, and her sister, she ends up getting in trouble because Mary was trying to steal to get some more money for the family, and her sister ends up getting caught and she getting punished. But she ends up meeting one of the royalty and she gets a job as like one of the maids. Well, they were trying to like find like the oldest son. You know how they do like what is it called, betroths?
Yes.
Betroths? How they do that? Yeah, they're trying to find a girl that they could betroth them to. And while they're doing that, the main character ends up getting involved, and she didn't know it, but she has lightning powers, and she basically almost fries everyone and tries to run. And the royal family doesn't like this, so they just say, oh, she's just long lost nobility from this family that died a long time ago, even though she looks nothing like them. And it is wild. I love it, but it is wild.
Nice. And
That sounds interesting.
Of course, my favorite book series in the world. Bexy has the series. I don't know if she started it, though.
I got to start it and got one chapter in and then had to put it down, and life got crazy, and I haven't been able to pick it back up again.
You're missing out.
You
only have to get to, I think it was like chapter 4, chapter 5, Winter Night, and you will never put the books down again.
I need to go back to it. It is sitting in my living room beside my spot. Like it's right there. And I look at it and then I'm like, by the time I'm done with everything for the day, it's late at night and
You're breaking up really bad.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. By the time I look at it at nighttime, my eyes are tired and I'm like, I can't read this right now.
So,
and I have loads of excuses, but I really do need to pick it back up.
Yeah, it's the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan.
Robert Jordan.
Yep, who I got to meet before he passed away.
That is awesome that you got to meet him.
He is very awesome, and I actually asked questions that, I didn't get the answer to. So it's supposedly going to be in the encyclopedia. But I asked questions that actually were... Because everyone that was at the meet and greet and book signing was allowed one question. He liked my question so much I was allowed to keep asking. and I was allowed to get more than 2 autographs. Yeah,
really nice.
He liked my questions. He liked the way I thought. That was awesome. That was really... That's a feather in my cap.
So I got the entire series for my birthday this past March. I really need to get back into it.
So how'd you like that Black Rider with the cape that the wind doesn't touch?
That is like some awesomeness.
Who did it remind you of? Did it remind you of any characters from another series of books?
I hadn't really put that much thought into it, to be honest.
Black-clad character with face hidden under a hood, cape that doesn't move in the wind, on a black horse.
Kind of like the Nazgul, but...
Bullseye. He deliberately pulled a little bit from J.R.R. Tolkien to allow for that crossover to where you could relate to his world before he starts revealing all the stuff that's unique about his world.
Awesome.
And even these characters, they're not Nazgul. Honestly, I would rather face a Nazgul.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking at my books. Yeah, I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14. I've got 15 books here.
That's that's the whole series. I think that also includes the companion book if you have 15.
It might. The last book that I have is New Spring.
Oh,
the novel?
That's a prequel.
Okay, so I don't have the companion book. I have the prequel.
Don't read the prequel until you get to about...
I'm not reading that till the very end.
No. You do want to... There's a point where you do want to read it before you continue forward.
Okay. Well, it's at the end of the series. Like, all of these came in separate little boxes. I got, like, the first 3 books in one little box and the next 3 in the next box. And so it's at the very end of the series. So I'm like, I'll read them in order. That's what I do.
I would say a good time to read New Spring is probably after Fires of Heaven is a good time to read it.
Okay.
That's about the time it was released.
Okay. I can do that. I will remember that.
And you're going to look, when you look at Fires of Heaven, it's the thickest of all the books, but it's the fastest read. Go figure. It's that good.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, when I really like a book, I can finish it in a day. And it doesn't matter the thickness of it. When I was in 6th grade, I read The Stand in 2 nights.
Holy shit! That took me like 2 months.
Yeah, when I'm into a book, I am a fast reader. And it isn't skimming or anything like that. I hit every word. I comprehend everything that I read.
That's amazing.
I'm just fast.
Fun fact. Ready? We are now almost 6 minutes beyond what our original episode lengths allowed us.
Wow.
Could you imagine trying to co-host on an episode that short? Crazy fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, if we were to take away the 5-minute intro, yeah, we're 1 minute beyond what the 45 minutes was, just with our own talking. The episode would be over. Done. Can't do anymore.
Just cuts out.
And Kat say probably should be trigger warnings. Do you mean spoiler alerts? So, yeah, not a lot of major changes. We're going to have a little bit of new, a little bit of old, kind of start blending it together. I think that's the way that that we're probably going to go forward from now on, because there's a lot of people that, that you guys have requested to come back, to continue on with the stories. There's a lot of people that just want to come back because new developments came along. And,
there's people that we just want to have back on because we genuinely just love their story and want to hear more.
That's true. That is true. And then there's Kat, who I'm still trying to get on the show.
Yeah, come on, Kat.
This is how we got Ariel to come on the show. I'm not gonna lie.
This is true.
I still feel bad for her doing it that way, but it worked out, and her episode was fantastic.
Yes, it was. She was so well informed. I mean, she's so, passionate about that anyway.
I learned so much from her. Like, oh my God.
Me too. Like, she was amazing.
Kat said nope. Yeah. You're going to make Bexy cry.
Oh, please no. I've cried enough today.
I'm sorry. I know you had a rough day.
Yeah. That's all right. I'm in a much better mood now.
Did my pre-show
the power of
sing?
Podcast compels you.
Yes. And did my pre-show singing help?
That was awesome. Especially because at one point you didn't realize there was no music playing for me and C. You were just jamming.
You were just singing.
I still had the music blasting, so you guys missed out on the good stuff.
He's like, y'all are losers. I'm over here just rocking out.
Kat says, I don't really have that much. I'm sorry. I don't believe anybody who's made it to adulthood doesn't have much. There's something. Everybody has something. I mean, see, you haven't even made it to adulthood, and you took up the full 3 hours. Everybody has something. So yeah, on that note, I think now, it's just an episode 0.
Yeah.
The updates are out there. We had a little bit of fun talking here. Definitely, oh my God, my mood left it a lot. I don't know if we said it at the end of the last episode that, that 6-month run without a break, that was more taxing than I thought it was going to be. Especially,
that was pretty rough.
Yeah, especially with the last minute changes with people that we had to go and find someone else. And yeah, it was kind of a brutal season, and it really did take its toll. But, again, thank you, everybody, for sticking around. Thank you, everybody, for coming back. Season 6 is looking pretty good. We're not fully scheduled. This is one of the first times ever that we're not fully scheduled. And totally comfortable with that. In the
Yep.
past, I would have been like in a panic right now, but it's like, you know what? We still have people that are showing interest. We still have people that are, reaching out to us. It's not like we don't have the ability to just schedule it on the fly. It's just,
Yeah.
it's nice to, we have about a 3-week buffer right now. And then we have one episode that has a blank, and then we have a couple more. There's some blanks and another one. So, yeah, I mean, it's not that big a deal. We will get them filled. And, yeah, if you are listening right now and you want to get an episode in, guest at amimental.net. Let us know. You'll get a reply from either me or C or Bexy or all of us. And we'll get you scheduled. We'll let you know what days we still have available and how we normally roll with the pre-shows, like when the pre-show is, when we meet up when we have a broadcast, all that good stuff. We got you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we may goof around, but we try to make this as professional as we can.
That's hard when I'm part of everything.
Yeah.
I admit I'm the goofy one.
Well, then, of course, it always goes to bathroom talk.
Always.
Oh, I stunk out my beagle today. If you've ever had a beagle, you know how difficult that is to do. They are the smelliest dogs. Like, their farts are like mustard gas. It lingers and it burns. He woke up, gagged, and left the room.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
Yes, I'm actually proud that I'm stinkier than a beagle, but I still want to find somebody stinkier than me because I don't want to die. I think I'm the stinkiest person ever.
We'll find someone.
Please. Like, I'm serious, please.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any younger. I need to find somebody.
Oh.
All right, so next week will be our first guest. We already have that scheduled out. I'm really excited because this is the first time ever that the first guest is somebody I have no idea who they are. This is something that Bexy brought in.
Yes.
And then the very next week is a person that waited 6 months to get on. So yeah, this is going to be great. I'm really looking forward to this. And there's one person I'm trying to get on. Hopefully they're listening right now. They were on a Toast Me on Reddit, and they were talking about how they are a adolescent mental health nurse. And I was just immediately thought that would be fantastic. They were in a rough spot right now. I'm like, look, this show could be very cathartic for you, and I'm not going to lie. We want you for the show. You'd be great for the show, and I think the show would be great for you. I think it's a win-win. And they responded back that they're definitely interested, and they're going to check out the show and let me know. So hopefully, fingers crossed. It would be a great perspective to get someone, because, I mean, if you're an adolescent, you try finding therapy. See? It's not easy to find therapists for adolescents. When you have adolescents that you're trying to find therapists for, it's fucking hard. Very, very few therapists out there will take adolescents. But the day you magically turn 18, they're magically like, we're good now. It just doesn't...
Right. That's always seemed ridiculous to me.
I think it's probably a licensing thing, but,
Oh,
yeah.
It could be.
But yeah, so that would be great to have someone that has spent 30 years as this kind of nurse. Yes, I want you on the show.
Yes, definitely.
I'm excited.
And if you're feeling down, trust me, when it comes to a Toast Me, you're never going to get better toast than this podcast with our listeners. Seriously. You guys are the best.
Hey, you guys are all awesome.
More than awesome.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. We are out. I'm E.
I'm Bexy.
I'm C.
And we will see you next week. But now do you see?